What's up, everybody? This is Passion 9, and this is Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, a kick-ass freaking anime movie, the first Studio Ghibli film, released back in 1984. It's really freaking cool, okay? We got this world that's post-apocalyptic, okay, and mankind's trying to rebuild itself and all this shit. But here's the thing, giant bugs rule the fucking world, okay? Giant bugs. All kinds of bugs. Giant centipedes, giant millipedes, giant roaches, giant caterpillars called ohms. They're actually the star of the show. The giant caterpillars are really freaking cool. I'm just gonna put that out there. If you ever liked Godzilla movies, like, they're really cool looking. But anyhow, giant freaking bugs, alright? Just everywhere. And where they roam, where they cultivate, are these toxic jungles that produce these deadly spores that kill humans within 5 minutes. Like, you're done. That's it. You're dead. Unless you're wearing, like, a special mask, you're gonna die. So, this is a world that is divided because of the bugs. But we have this girl, this redhead girl named Nausicaa, who is from a windswept province kingdom that is protected by the wind in their valley from the toxins. So they are lucky, they're very close to a toxic jungle that's ruled by bugs, but they don't get affected because they're in a windswept valley that protects them. So they're kind of lucked out with that. But the rest of the world's like, how the fuck do we get rid of these bugs? How do we burn these toxic jungles, get rid of them? They're bad, they're evil, they're horrible bugs, giant bugs, and we live in fear of the bugs. And, there's this one country, this one super advanced, like, high technological empire called the Telmekians. And they're like, yo, we got a plan. We're gonna get rid of the bugs. We unearthed an ancient fucking guardian weapon. This basically like a nuke. It's a giant creature that could, like, wreak havoc on anything. Like, it's a devastating, powerful monster. And we've unearthed one from, like, 1,000 years ago. Okay, there's one that's still around. They devastated the Earth ages ago, but we're gonna resurrect one to take care of the bugs. The problem is, many attempts have been made to burn and destroy the bug toxin jungles before, and it's led to more devastation because the bugs just rampage and they storm across the earth and destroy villages and towns and cities and such. And when they die, when their carcasses are left behind, they create new toxic jungles that poison the earth even further. So our girl here, Nausicaa, is like, no, I have to find a more peaceful route where we can live in coexistence with these bugs. We can't just destroy them. And, she's like an insect otaku. Like, she gets the bugs. She understands them. She's like a bug nerd. And, everybody else is like fighting them and attacking them. And it's like, we gotta repel the bugs. They're our enemy. But Nausicaa's like, no, I have ways to calm them. I have ways to communicate with them. I know the bugs. It's kind of an Avatar-ish situation. Like, she gets it. She's like, no, we can coexist. There's ways to do this. And it becomes a story of, like, how do we bring peace without destruction? That is, like, the headliner of this film. That is the theme. And it's interesting because there is some condensing going on. It was based on a manga that Hayao Miyazaki was writing at the time. And he just decided, yeah, let's make this our first movie. Why not? We'll shorten it as we have to. We'll condense it into a great movie and hopefully preserve the themes as best we can. And that was, Studio Ghibli's first movie, was Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. And it's great. Like, it holds up, honestly. It comes back way from 1984, but, like, it's still good. It's still a solid production. And I recommend it to all. Like, I have found this steelbook at the store, and I was like, oh, I love it. I love a good steelbook. Whenever I can find a steelbook collector's edition, I'm like, yup, there. So, I bought that. But it's really good. Like, it's not the most complex or sophisticated story that Ghibli has ever put out, or Miyazaki, but it's still, like, a really good production, Like, for something so old, like it feels ahead of its time, you know? Like the animation was really stellar, and the music, of course, Joe Hisashi, like every Ghibli movie, just sounds incredible. So you got everything there. You got all the things you need for a great anime film, and it's just a pleasure to watch. I recommend it. I think you should go watch this movie. Okay, it's really good. And it came out at a time where, the otaku subculture was really brewing in full force. It was like really coming together, uh, in its very early days. So for Ghibli, this was like, yeah, this was their big first push, and they had that pull of doing something bold and new here, and that would really entertain the anime otaku faithful. So yeah, I think you should check it out. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. It's not available on streaming except HBO Max. I think they have all the Miyazaki movies now. So, outside of that, you would have to buy these films. All the Miyazaki movies are like, you know, worth owning, I think. But these Blu-rays can be pricey. So I say, if you want HBO Max, that's a pretty good incentive to get it, I guess. They got all the Ghibli movies. So there you go. Till next time, live for the passion.